Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is Sunday. No, Monday. Wow, it's Monday. Whoops. Monday, March 7th. I can't type or recognize a typo. It's Monday, March 7th, 2016. I forgot I took yesterday off because of the big 12-hour stream at the place where I work. So, yeah, we're here now. We're over here. Okay, it's Fun Day. Yeah. I'm gonna try to not steal Day 9's Fun Day Monday thing, but you know. So this is the pair of shades that we created last time. And now we have to decide whether we want to have this be a pure dark material or we want to have some variation in it. We will start up. We'll start up the game, and I'll show you what we're doing. Okay, so basically, before we create the code to start up the game and stuff like that, we're going to create the interface, which will launch us into a game like this. So this is the current only level we have. It's a test level, obviously nothing special about it, but it lets us, you know, choose tiles and so forth. So then we're going to move into, let's say, an empty level here. We're going to add Light Studio, but use HDRI and disable the sun. Something like that. Disable the atmosphere of it? Yeah. It's a shame because I think we would want to have atmosphere too, but just not with the model. Yeah. We'll see. So, yeah, this allows us to place things in the level, which I'm going to, right now, place... we're going to change the background. We're not going to have Epic's Courtyard be our default background, but... would this be totally impossible to replicate in VI? I'm not sure what you mean by VI. So anyway, here's a pawn. Let's actually try disabling the sunlight. So we're getting lit by the environment now. Now let's apply a material to them. It's gonna be the gold one because that'll probably be player one. And from there, we will add the glasses to them. But again, we need to find out what type of glasses we want. I'm thinking for now we'll just have it be because we can swap them at will. Unreal Engine's tools are very good at replacing content. They're very efficient at that. So yeah, let's just select this guy here. Do export FBX. Oops, sorry. Wrong. File export selected FBX. And we'll do up one level into check it to new check it content meshes. Now we have to think of what we want to call it. Prop pawn shades. Sounds good for me. We can always change that later on. So now when we go into Unreal Engine, it's gonna say, "Hey, something happened." Yeah, there we are. Auto generate collision. No. It's gonna be no collision anyway. It's just a prop. Uniform scale is all good. So let's do import. No smoothing group information found. That's okay because it was supposed to be all flat shaded. It's not flat shaded, and we have some problems. Oh, the pivot's all the way down there. That's gonna be annoying. I guess not if it snaps anyway, so sure, why not? Now that's the shades as it is, so we'll go into here. Content browser materials, create new material. Actually, just add it here. What was it called again? Prop pawn shades. I believe that was correct. If not, it's kind of too late now. Meshes and prop pawn shades. Yeah, okay. So now we'll enter here, and we're just gonna do a simple one for now. Let's just do a simple 3 vector. Put in the base color, and then try to think whether we want to do anything else with this, although I'm liking how it's reacting as it is, so let's see how that works. Okay. And now we will, oops. Not get rid of our content browser. Get rid of that though. Just drag it on. I think it should be a bit darker than this. Okay, so let's go back into material. And we'll add a scalar to the specular, and we'll make it 0.1. Apply, save. So it looks a little bit better. Okay. So we're gonna end up having a editor cam. How would we want this? What would be a good angle for this? I kind of want to look up into the sky, because I should kind of like in this right here. So shift there, and then we'll do an eject. Yeah, we'll eject. We'll leave it like that. Kind of like in like this. So we'd have check it, start game here, and that would give us into the that would give us into the or clicking that would go, or clicking start or pressing enter or something would bring us into the main menu. Yeah. So for now, we're just gonna have a simple ambient, but we'll have this be here, and we'll call this maps. Right. You want to create a folder for menus? Yeah, we'll create a folder for menus. Splash screen. Splash check it. Yeah, that's good. So now we're going to eject, and we're going to see where the pawn is. The pawn's here. It has a should have a camera component too, but apparently not somehow. Anyway, so the what I'm gonna copy down now is this information here, because I seem to like how it looks. So I'm gonna do 718.959. So L for location, negative 241.72, and then 451.41, and then rotation 0, 0, and negative 118.7. That should give us some concept. Oh, camera actor. Oh, that's not right at all. Okay, player camera manager. Okay, so player camera manager. So pawn and player camera manager. 718.959, negative 241.72, and then 451.41. And rotation, this might be better, so 0, 13.68, and then negative 42.31. Okay. Now we can repossess, and this is roughly what we should see if we put those values in. Again, we're going to have a different background, but that's, you know, fine. Right. So do people like what this will look like? Anyway, I got people in the chat, so I'm just gonna solicit feedback. I have no opinion. Okay. So then let's head out. And probably what we need to do next would be create a design for it. So actually, no, we want to create a player pawn for it. So yeah, let's create a standard player controller, sure. So menu player controller, to contrast base player controller, right? Yeah. There's that. So let's create a class. Bingo. menu 1 should be significantly more simple than the other one, so. Yeah, I'm just gonna have it be like that. Because we're not gonna allow players to move the camera, because it's not really a camera, it's just yeah. Oh, we need to do public first, right? Yeah, so generated body macro. All we're really trying to do is we're trying to lock down the player camera so they can only see what we want them to see, which will be the pawn kind of stuck in one position. Oh, and also interesting news today. Apparently, NVIDIA released their Vulkan drivers in their public branch now, so you don't have to have an old October version of drivers. It will actually be WHQL certified and all that stuff too. So that's what I'm running right now, and they're a bit better that I've found, mostly because the Vulkan branch that I was using earlier, the 354 point whatever, did not like Photoshop. So open source, not open source, is NVIDIA's drivers. On Windows, actually in every platform, but on Windows especially, they're very closed. So. This might actually be all I need. Okay, so now we will go in here, and we'll try to do a compile. Because I don't really need to do much with this. I just need to have a player controller that will let me click on things in the scene, and go from there. It's been a little while since I've done it. I did it for a game jam, I think, in November. But yeah, it's you know. Okay, so now we need to create a game mode. Yeah, okay. I was thinking for a second because, well, when we create a menu overlay for the in-game menu, because it's going to have to be an in-game menu, what we do, but yeah, that would I know I'm trying to think of it for that, so I could still use the same pawn that has, you know, a locked axis and so forth. Unless I just want to have the in-game menus be part of the regular game mode, or part of the regular player controller as well. Or I can just flip the player controller and pawn around. Anyway, we'll see about that. But for the splash screen and stuff like that, we'll have a game mode for that. Which will be a very simple game mode. It will only... hot reload complete, thank you. A menu player controller, and it will be a menu pawn. Which won't compile because I don't have that yet, but I'm hoping that when I create it right here, then it'll be fine. Okay, so this should just be created correctly, and it should compile because it should create it, build it, before it checks the reference that doesn't exist yet. There we are. Okay, it didn't fail. It didn't do that. Okay, so let's try compile and let's see what happens. A menu chess game mode. Oh. Here I am trying to be clever and I made a mistake in a place I wasn't thinking about. And I probably made another one too. Well, I definitely made another one too, but you know. Well, let's just close down the game. And we'll see the error message in Visual Studio. Okay, so what's the error? Output. Ah. Was that the only error I made? I deleted game when I should have deleted chess. No? Okay. Yeah, I want to get rid of this. A menu player controller. Oh, I don't have LinkedIn, right? Yeah, of course. Include menu, game mode, or player controller. Silly me. Okay. Okay. So now we can then open up splash check it. Okay. And we will, oh, right, we'll, in here, game mode override, menu game mode, and then here, okay. So when we create it, it's gonna start off over here, because this is 000. Now we can, work on the pawn. So, wherever that is. Oh, it didn't load it yet? It's actually, collapse this vertical split. Okay. So I want to do menu pawn and menu pawn at H here. So there we are. Can everything is true? Okay, so for this we're gonna need similar to base pawn. We're gonna need to have base components. Not a camera boom now. We'll need a player camera though. Okay, so I need to grab this property because I can't ever remember what it's called otherwise. Yeah, sneeze. I'm trying to avoid it though. So now a menu pawn will be this here, and then we will have super object initializer. I believe that's correct. Whoever base pawn is. Super object initializer. Okay, so I'll just copy and paste all of this, even though we're going to end up changing a lot of it. And in base pawn not H, we're gonna copy these and paste these, and then delete the things we don't need. So camera boom, gone. Camera components and sphere component we will need though. So camera boom, gone. Hey, we're gonna attach this to root component. Oh, whoops. I believe that works just with one argument. I don't need to do anything else like that. Let's not deal with that. And we'll do player camera sets. Let's not do that actually. Let's do sets world location and rotation. Is that what the function's called? No, let's do it ones at a time. So set actor location thing is set actor location. Set actor rotation. And a way for IntelliSense to catch up. Effector 718.959. F, and then negative 241.721. Or 72 F. And then 451.41 F. Sector rotation, F rotator. I'm gonna have to see which one's which. I know in the editor it's backwards, so let's create here, then let's eject. And in the camera actor, for details, rotation is roll, pitch, yaw. So our roll, pitch, yaw. So I'll make a mark RPY. And the reason why I say that is because in the editor it's different. I think it's pitch, roll, yaw, or pitch, yaw, roll. Okay, let's peek definition. Come on. Pitch, yaw, roll. Sorry. Pitch, yaw, roll. So, 13.68 F, negative 42.31 F, and then 0 F. So I'm gonna close that. So now when we compile this, it should start at this location, this rotation, so we should have our default set up. So close this, recompile. Eject. Are we looking in the right direction? Huh. So menu pawn. What is the menu pawn looking at? Okay, so it's... Okay, so let's try launching it again. Eject, and now we'll do menu pawn. Did I typo? So why is it not? It's a negative 48. Okay, so if it were to set correctly, it would look correct. So why aren't you looking correct? Come on. I'm really not sure why this is acting funny. Let's try recompiling again. That didn't help. Menu pawn. This one's really confusing me. Okay, so new location. Sweep is false. Okay, so let's actually get rid of these here. Let's try doing it in begin play. See if this changes anything. May just be a construction time thing, I don't know. Ah, yeah, it's a construction time thing. Okay. So that works now. So now we can go in project settings. Company name, loose screw. Oh, distinguished name. Okay, so yeah, let's leave it like that. Yeah, I'm not gonna deal with any of that yet. Maps and modes. Default game mode. Menu game mode. We're gonna have game default map. We're gonna have it be splash check it. Editor startup map. We'll have it be test level 1 for now. I don't have to worry about any of that yet. Then we're going to packaging is what I want to find as well. So let's go to packaging. Sure, let's do that. List of maps including package build. Maps. Menus. Splash check it. And then we will have, for now, test level, even though we're going to remove that. And these settings are just to make it package properly. So now we will try launching. So now we're going to start processing assets for Windows, which means we're going to be letting Unreal Engine do its thing. And when we see this, we should see the game launch, and you should see the pawn with sunglasses in your vision. So yeah, the new drivers work good for Photoshop. I can now use the Export As button. Before, the Export As window would just show, it would draw, but the what it would actually draw out wouldn't render, and it would also not allow you to do export, quick export PNG or anything like that. It just wouldn't show up. Seems like they fixed that now that the Vulkan driver's out, unless it just happened to, because it was an intermittent issue too, and I only tried it once, so yeah. So now check it. Let's actually make it go full screen. This is what we see. Kind of bland for now, but it works and it packages properly, and there's no glitches. And I should close down now. We shut it off. There we are. Okay. Same as we see click play, but yeah. So now we're going to go into our content browser. In content, we should make a new folder. Call it menus. Let's call it UI. We're gonna do a new user interface. Huh. Okay, so widget blueprint. We're gonna call this UI. Well, it's in the UI folder, so we don't need to add that splash title. Okay, so now we'll save that. Go into splash title, and we will start adding some content. Unreal Engine 4 has something really weird about it, and I can always pick out the fonts that are rendered in it, even if it's not Roboto. We're going to use Roboto for now because I don't want to license another one yet. But I can always pick out an Unreal Engine 4 game based on whenever I see a menu font of any sort. I don't know what it is. It looks like it's kind of a ghostly version of the font, even though it is fully opaque. It's just weird. It looks kind of ghosty and soft. What is this song? Song is called Time Bomb by featuring Vila by Faintin' Boy in the Band. This one's from Monster Cats 7. Oh, cool. Okay, so let's add text. Here, text. Anchors top center. Position X is 0. Position Y is let's do 200. And is there a center justification? Okay, so now we need to do size 500, let's say, but then position will be -250. And then we'll increase the font size to 150. 150. That's 200. Check. Do 1,000 actually. 500. Position Y is This didn't exactly look like I was intending. I was expecting... Huh. Okay, well, I'll have to redo that then. So it's not going to be center line, it's going to be anchored to the right. Position X is... I think if 500, right align. Come on. And then size 500. Oh, it's not enough room, so then make it 700. We'll do negative 800 because we want to have a buffer. We don't want it to be just resting right off there. So copy, paste. So this is negative 800, 100, 700, 200. So negative 800, then 250, and then 700, 200. That's good. Let's do 275. The weird thing is it's not doing the ghosty thing that I was talking about, at least not here. Oh, I didn't link it to the level yet. Right, of course. So we need level blueprint. And then event begin play. Oh, what's it again? I'm forgetting the blueprint commands for that. Okay. UMG level blueprints. It's like draw 2D or something like that. Okay, let's try this here. So I need to get the player controller. Get player controller. Let's do 2D. Uh-oh, blueprints, yeah. Draw, let's draw. Okay, let's try keep looking then. UMG level blueprints. Sure, let's try that. Oh, add the viewport. Okay. Okay, and then we do create. Create widget, is it? Select class, splash title. And then it's going to return value, but we need to add a viewport. The demo has... actually, let's do it like that. The demo saves a variable so we can access it later on. I was gonna be like, I don't need to do that, but yeah, I do. So what type is it? I think it's this one. Reference. We'll call this splash title widget. Set here. And then we will do add the viewport. Actually, let's drag out here. I think it's what I need to disable, yeah. Context. Yeah, you should pay as a viewport. Use a widget reference. Oh, it needs to be user widget reference. Okay. Change variable types. Whoops. There we are. Now do compile. And now we should be able to press play and see, there we are, menu screen. Okay. This is gonna change significantly. But yeah, it's something we can start off with, right? So now we'll save. Now we'll do a launch, which is gonna take a couple seconds because it's gonna have to cook that little bit extra content. There we are. So now we can go back into here. And we'll add another So how's everyone doing today, by the way? Do I want to make it a button that I can click? Or just a notification to press start? Oh, you know, Monday Blues. Yeah, let's make it a button. Do really want to make it a button. It's gonna be ugly. Okay. Let's make it a texture. Why not? Text box. So what's the size of these fonts? Is 150. So let's make these 100. Then we'll do anchor bottom center. Position 0. Position 0. Size. We'll do 600 again. Negative 300 for that, and then we'll do negative for this. Let's do negative 200 actually. Maybe negative. Yeah, let's split the difference. Negative 250, and we'll make the size 100, 200. Actually, apparently 100 is way too big, so we'll make it 75. Center justify. It's probably a bit too big too, so let's try 50, 60, and here will be press start or return. Let's do begin, or we'll call it begin for now. I'd say that and immediately change it. Are you ready? So now when we start the game, it's gonna look like this. But we want to make this pulse flicker. There's a bunch of ways we can do that. Question is which one? So how do I get a reference to this? Or can I just do animation here? Let's see animation. Add what's this text box 134? Okay. And text box 134. Color and opacity. Opacity is full. So then, oops. Half second later, I will add a keyframe. Where's the keyframe button? Okay. Let's delete that. Let's add opacity key. And then a second in. Add a new keyframe, make it 0. And then Add a new keyframe. We'll make it 1. And then have that loop. Right. Is that what I really want? I don't know. But whatever, we'll save it and see what happens. Oh, I didn't click. I didn't create a play on that, so play animation. Where target in animation. Okay, this really shouldn't work, and I don't think it will. But we'll see. No. Animation. Animation. Derived animation. Get animation. Let's look at the documentation again. Okay, so editing animation keys. Yeah, that's fine. Calling animations. Animation start animation. Okay, so apparently it should be available in our graph editor. Oh, it is. Oh. So it's not handled by that, it's handled by the thing here, so. Play animation. And then pulsing start is here. Gonna get. There we are. Zero to loop indefinitely. We'll compile, save, and let's see if this works. There we are. Again, this is ugly. This is not what I intend, but, you know. It's something that we can start off with, right? So what time is it? It's now 10:15. Okay. Now I think of what to do. Yeah, that's too lame even for me. I'm probably not gonna solve it that much, but we'll see. Contents already. Yeah. Hopefully this will align better. Yeah. Let's try launching. It's good to try launching your game multiple times. As I say that, it's trying to compile almost 4,000 shaders. But it's good to regularly try building your game, because if you make an error that causes it to not build, you want to know what that error is, right? And I'm planning on having a special move where a pair of sunglasses drop from the sky on the pawn. Basically, it's going to have a dance-off where it kills enemy pieces in its area. Yep. I'm not sure why it triggered a recompile of all those shaders, but who knows. And just so people know, who have been browsing in this, who've been browsing this playlist, you know, I don't have a lot of experience going from a user interface into a game, so this next little chunk, next few days, apart from probably tomorrow will be the 5th one, that might be my 20% day where I do something different, but, or I might start the week after, I'm not sure. But, yeah, there's going to be a chunk soon where I'm going to be going from user interface and letting players go into the game. I haven't done a lot of that yet. Well, apart from just, you know, clicking on a button and having a little level with whatever settings, but like actually having settings from the menu correlate with this, the way the game is set up. I haven't done that much yet, so it'll be a bit new for us. Is it trying to load in the background? No. So it's still doing some work. More shaders to compile. I'm not sure if it's just the interface that's causing it this. Here we go. Okay, so it's finally decided to do all its cooking. I don't need to say push start or press enter or whatever because I don't want to detect what their primary system is at any given point in time, and I think people are smart enough to know that if they're on a touch screen, touch anywhere on the screen. If they're on a mouse, click anywhere on the screen. If they're using a keyboard, press enter or really any key. Or if they're a gamepad, press basically any key, right? Any button. So I'm not going to have the interface be like... instead of ready be like, click anywhere, touch anywhere, press anything, or whatever, right? Unless I do something witty about that, being like, press, touch, or press anything, whatever, you know? But since it's hard enough for me to say that, probably not, right? So the question is, who do you want to win the presidency in 2016? Oh god. So, politics, are okay to ask, but it's also really hard to answer. First off, I'm Canadian, so the election doesn't exactly mean the same thing for me as it does for everyone else. There really isn't any candidate that I particularly like. If it's like there's no clear winner in my mind. The choice between probably Bernie or Hillary would probably not matter too much. Bernie probably edges her out a little bit, but probably not a lot. Survey says, okay, I'll put you on as Trump. No. But there is some issue, and I probably shouldn't say it's on YouTube, but whatever. There is some issues with both of them. Like, I don't like how either of them are treating, I mean, Bernie more, but I don't really like how either of them are treating cybersecurity and a lot of the other issues that are coming up that are tech-related. Some of the policies I'm not too much a fan of. That being said, how much? I don't know. Like, Yeah. I'd say that if it's a choice between either Bernie or Hillary, it probably won't be the end of the world. Which one would I prefer? I don't quite know. KO2 fan says I'm Canadian, not insane, and I actually have a good government, and the U.S. can learn. There is a lot of really stupid things that our government does. Like, for example, it is still a federal crime to make a Batman comic. I'm not talking about copyright. I mean, like, just to have a comic that glamorizes villain or glamorizes criminal life, whatever. It's a federal crime. It's a felony. I don't think anyone has been charged on it since the 1800s, but it still is in there. So I mean, we do have our quirks. Our speech is not quite as free as America, but I mean, yeah, there's politics, right? Really, my political platform is just like each other, don't be hateful, try to let everyone do whatever they want with their life, unless it causes someone else problems with what they want to do in their life, and that's it, right? You can put me under whatever label you want. I'm not sure if that's entirely useful, but, you know. Yep. So now we have the ability to click on anything we want. But now we need to start solving these issues here, or not solving these issues, making these more general. So we'll have U property edit anywhere. Should I have that below or above? I'll have above, why not? Blueprint read write category equals check it settings. We're gonna have f vector initial position, and then U property edit anywhere, blueprint read write category equals check it settings, f rotator initial rotation, and there's that. Okay, so here we will actually let's try recompiling first. Peace pawn here. Was it pawn I just edited? Yeah, it's pawn. So, oh no, piece pawn, we got menu pawn. Right. So they reject menu pawn. Now are these replicated? I'm not quite sure. So we'll try, or not replicated, is he stored? Not quite sure, so let's try storing this value, then saving the level. Roll is 0, pitch is 13.68, and then yaw is negative 42.31. And then we will probably not, because once I close the game, it's probably going to stop that. Yeah, it didn't ask me to save, so yeah. I was hoping I'd have a per level, I mean, there is plenty of ways to do it, like I can add in a level manager. But I was hoping there'd be a per level way I can adjust the camera and have the pawn snap to that, as opposed to making, at worst case, one menu pawn subclass for every menu I have. Alright, that's not good. So world settings. Either one per level or an enumerator that's, you know, changes a single one. But then it would be a pain in the butt to add new levels, which means add new menus. Okay, you know what? Let's make something. Let's make something called a menu manager. An actor we're gonna place in the level. Oh, what's the world settings? UE4 world settings. Oh, the is this thing? You can make a custom one of these? Seems not a very good idea. Why would you want to subclass it? Because if I can use world settings instead of making level managers and stuff like that, then that would be probably useful. But this is the first response. If once you start down a dark path forever, I'll dominate your destiny. Please do not consider using global variables. They are the work of the devil. Do not follow that path. Learn from our suffering. The other did not accept custom world settings class. Kept changing it to default on level startup. Oh, wait a minute. Does my custom game mode actually... I was looking over here, see if there's anything special I can do here. Trying to think if there's a better way to do it than I have been, where I was having level managers go into scenes, stuff like that. If I can have it closer to the way Unreal Engine does it, then I can change it quickly now, right? Okay, so you actually set a world setting class in your project settings. Is it saved per level? So world setting should be saved per level, right? You extend UWorld settings and set your class project settings and default classes. Okay. Okay, so first off, I'm not even gonna go there. But beyond that, so it looks like you can have this. It'll be one for all levels, but it will be, sorry, from my understanding, it'll be one for all levels, but it will be saved per level. So you can have, like how I have, and this is one of the problems when you're dealing with game engines too, is that there's a lot of conventions, and it's not necessarily what makes sense. It's just whatever people decide to choose because they had to choose something. Because otherwise, you would have not the game engine if you didn't have that. And it's sometimes difficult where you try to be like, I don't know what they want me to do, so I'm just gonna try something, and then later on, you're like, oh, I could do it this way, right? And honestly, setting down a level manager each time I create a level is a bit annoying. And there are some things that I want to store, like where the menu is, stuff like that. That's not in their default one, so I'm not sure if I want to do it, but it's at least gives me a bit more of an idea of how Epic does their stuff. Apart from just looking at Unreal Tournament. Actually, at some point we should take a day on the stream and just look through Unreal Tournament's code base and see what they do, and learn a bit from them. Have that be kind of a side day. What I want to do soon, though, is I want to start working on my audio project, see if I can do offloaded audio in Unreal Engine. I should look at the wireframe. This is quite a lot of detail for not a whole lot of benefit, but at the same time, I don't really care all that much. Like, a lot of these triangles are completely redundant. I couldn't tell if the Greek was the room or the music. Really liking how the I am's looking though. So I'm breaking into my apartment. This is not an apartment, it's a house. It's also not really mine. That's interesting. Oh, fancy, yeah. Weird. Anyway, so we're kind of pissing away too much time right now. Let's get on with what we're doing. This works for now. We will have initial position, initial rotation set. I will grab this. Then I'll have this. Alright, see you around KO2 fan. I'll have set rotation is initial position, initial rotation, and compile. So it won't change anything, it'll just change where the variable is stored. So that way in begin play, every time. Ooh, that's interesting. Thanks Visual Studio for freaking out there. So the idea is that when I have multiple menus with multiple menu levels, I won't have to deal with a different controller for it, or having the camera be in the same spot and rotation every single level, right? I can choose what looks best. To do that, you have to expose the variable to be edited somewhere upstream or side stream or whatever. And I spent the last little bit trying to think of what would be smart ways of doing it. Let's actually have, even though again it's going to change, let's have this be black. And shadow offsets. .0, 2.0, shadow color, RGB 1, compile, save. Let's see this here. That's an interesting effect. completely unintentional, but maybe it will work. That's pretty good, honestly. That could actually be kind of cool too if I have it kind of this effect go through the letters. Or not, because I don't really, you know. We'll leave it like that for now, but again, this is gonna change. Like, I'm not gonna have Epic's backyard be or front yard be the start. So yeah. Now we need to create an action. So here, save. Cool. Now let's put. So event construct, events. Input action events. Oh, we can you can add an input event here. Is there actually an any action input? So, inputs. Let's actually look and see if there's any UE for any action events. On key down. If you use C++, here it is. Get all keys. Okay, there's a bunch of them. Feature request in any key mapping. Oh, cool. So let's see what any key does. So here. So event, inputs, keyboard events, any key. When released, we'll do user interface or viewport. Remove all widgets, I guess. We'll probably need to create a function that will determine what we need to do. That'll be on a level by level basis. Hi, welcome to the chat. Okay, so that works. But does this work? Ah, left mouse button is considered an A key. So is right. Let's see for Xbox game controller. Yep, A is considered an A key. Good. So is B is a trigger. Trigger is. So is the axis. That's interesting. Yeah, so we're working right now on the user interface to get us into the game. The game is currently this. It's gonna be basically like a game of chess. And this is what the game has been like before the restart. We did a restart. Package targets. I did a restart on the project because now I can put everything on YouTube. Before I wasn't able to license music. This is what it was before. You can move in a chessboard level, or you can open cross streams and see a different level, which is not an 8x8 grid. You can move the queen however you want. The AI is dumb, but as you move the player forward, you're gonna start unlocking more and more of the map. It's a bit laggy, but yeah. And AI is trying to get in position against you, but again, it was dumb. I was encountering glitches like the queen would despawn herself and a bunch of other weird things too, so I decided to do the restart earlier. And also have it not be just 1 versus AI. And at the same time, I made the camera be able to go on the 8 directions to 4. So if you have a, like where this is going to be a castle, I can look, you know, in towards a castle as opposed to, you know, either the right or the front of it. So we're doing it right this time. And also it's going to be a little bit smoother because the camera's now locked to tiles as opposed to just floating freely in the area bound by them. But now we need to create a... for the last couple days we need to create a an interface to load into the game because it'd be a bit too difficult for me to make a movement system without knowing what I'm going to be entering into with, right? So I'm going to have to make the menu for that. That's what I've been doing so far. Okay. Oh, we're almost done. Guess it wasn't too useful today, but yeah. Okay, so can we do anything before we go? Yeah, sure. Let's it's probably actually a good idea for me to do some mock-ups in Photoshop of what each of the levels will be, or what each of the screens will be. Or actually not even Photoshop, probably Pencil. That's a program I haven't used in a while. So I'll show you this tool. Pencil Project. It's based off the Firefox rendering engine of all things, and it lets you create prototypes of interfaces. So yeah, we'll probably start doing that next time. Actually, the next time we do it, I'm not sure if next time's going to be the audio thing or if it's going to be the interface thing, but we'll probably start doing mock-ups of the interface like this, so that way when we start putting in the engine, we'll know what to do. So since we're going to be calling it night, does anyone have any questions before... Oops, anyone have any questions before I call it? In the meantime, let's actually open up PowerShell, or Git shell, there we are. And we will c:\/ Unreal projects check _it git status, and we'll start by adding things to this. So what's changed with base chess game mode? So git diff source. Oh right, I have to do that still. So git add source there, git add source there. No, not you. Check it public base chess game mode. There we are. So git commit m start choose player start, or let's do stash chess, or choose player start frame. And git diff default engine config. Okay, yeah, so git add config, git add config, git commit m, project settings for user interface, git commit, or sorry, git add content, menus, maps, git add content. Sure, let's add to that. Git add content. Oh, git status. Oh, just have source, so git add source. Git commit m, start splash screen, interface, and supporting classes. Okay. And now we are working a clean directory, and everyone left, so we'll call it a night. Enjoy the music.